Hi guys, I'm Christine Quinn. I'm so excited that you're here to read my book, Christine Quinn. Just kidding. Obviously, I am not Christine Quinn. I am Fat Carrie Bradshaw, but I am here to help Christine with the book launch process. Rome was not built in a day. She can't possibly look beautiful and write books at the same time. So, I'm going to talk about how amazing writing is. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. But Christine and I very fortunately met. Well, we met on Instagram actually a while ago, and then we met in LA. It was very exciting for me. She was wearing a bra and sweatpants. I have seen Christine Quinn in sweatpants. Thank you very much. But I'm going to read the introduction to How to Be a Boss Bitch by none other than Christine Quinn. Make sure you go to premiercollectibles.com/Quinn to get your signed copy, okay? What's the point of having a book if it's not signed by the person who wrote it? All right, are we ready? I normally would do some sort of an accent, but for you guys, I'll maintain my composure. A typical Tuesday. How ironic. Today is Tuesday. I'm just saying. Let me set the scene. It's a gorgeous, sun-soaked day on the Adriatic Sea, somewhere off the coast of Croatia. The temperature is a perfect 80-something degrees, and we're surrounded by glimmering water so stunning that Instagram filters wish they could do it justice. #Wanderlust. My husband and I are aboard a 3-story, 185-foot yacht. I thought that was a cruise ship at that point. A 185-foot yacht with some close friends celebrating the wrap of Selling Sunset's smash 3rd season, which was when I got into it, and then I went back and I watched seasons 1 and 2. It's first class all the way, from the 360-degree views to the grand winding staircase to the gold mirrored foyer that looks like Donatella herself manifested this floating mansion. That's my boyfriend. He won't stop. He's obsessed with me. Sorry, let him wait. That's my advice. It's regal, opulent, and completely over the top. Then you know it's exactly my speed for vacation mode. Fuck, for a Tuesday. We have a full staff, a yoga instructor, jet skis, a water trampoline. I've always wanted to jump on a water trampoline. A 3-story slide, and pretty much all the toys at our disposal. It's every overconfident drunk person's best friend and every Malia from Below Deck's worst nightmare. I'm sitting on one of the yacht's oversized lambskin couches on the main level, nestled in a chinchilla throw worth more than my first annual salary. I don't even want to know how much that is. Going over my schedule for the day and my signature Louis Vuitton agenda, I pencil in work meetings that I have to arrange, list emails to reply to, and review my research for upcoming interviews I've booked during the day. Doing a lot of press is normal for me by now. Whether I'm at home or on vacation, it never stops. But then again, neither do I. First up on my itinerary is a Zoom interview with a reporter from Vogue. Okay, have you heard of it? My publicist arranged the interview to chat about real estate, the show, and my style. The usual. What I don't know at this point is that I'm about to drop a bomb that will change not only my life, but other people's lives too. Before I move on to the next thing, I have to say, did everybody see that viral video of the girl working outside of an event that did not know who Anna Wintour was and tried IDing her? Look that up because it's horrific. I would never be seen again. I get on the call, and the reporter starts listing all of my accolades in real estate and entertainment. We talk about my experience as a realtor in a male-dominated industry and how I'm a top producer in my office. I'd recently dominated on multiple listings, one of which was $17 million, the biggest listing for any woman in our office to date, all while filming a top Netflix series 6 days a week for 6 months straight. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. I really don't know how you do it all, the reporter says. You are the definition of a businesswoman. Suddenly, I'm overcome by a feeling I barely recognize. There's something about the way she's rattling off all these amazing accomplishments that makes me realize that I'm not telling the full story. We continue on with the interview, and I'm doing my best to focus, except this feeling won't go away, and now I'm sweating and anxious like I'm back at church. Amen. I also had to go to church, and it never gets better. I had to go to a wedding in a church just recently, and I sweat the whole time. I'm shook in a way that I rarely am. I'm shook in a way that I rarely am, because it only happens when I'm lying. I think about how the article is going to read, what message I'm sending to people, and realize I can't keep this secret inside any longer. I stop her mid-sentence. You know what, I say? There's something I want to tell you that I've honestly never told anyone in my entire life, other than my immediate family and my husband. Seriously, no one knows. There's no turning back now. I don't have a high school diploma or even a GED. I have an 8th grade education. Oh my God, I just got goosebumps. I didn't know that. That's crazy. You should lead with that. That's very impressive.
I'll be right there to tell you more.
Oh my God, I literally have goosebumps from that. I can hear her struggling to find something to say as I break down crying. I'm breaking down in front of Vogue, for Christ's sake. At least you didn't not recognize Anna Wintour. Even my waterproof Christian Dior iconic overcurl mascara is failing me as a stream of black tears line my face. Where I come from, everyone finishes high school and goes on to college. Period. Anyone who strays from that past is an outcast. No, a failure. Add that to my already hard to comprehend life, and it makes me a straight up circus freak. And I've just spelled this out to a reporter whose job it is to share it with the world. But then a funny thing happens. Within seconds, literally, of making this confession, I feel better. Though mental note, let's not make a habit of doing this. I feel like a weight has been lifted off me because for years and years, I've been lying on resume after resume about my education, hoping that people will give me a chance instead of judging me off the bat. It's not exactly like being tall, blonde, and big boobs has people assuming that I'm actually really smart.
Why are you talking about yourself?
Oh my
like
God.
That? Oh my God. I'm high.
You guys, Christine walked in on me
I'm
reading her diary.
I'm so sorry that I'm late, guys. I apologize sincerely. But
No,
you
I
have been
was
crushing
just-
it.
Thank you so much.
You didn't know my story?
No. I didn't. Is this a public story?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Now it is. Was it public before?
No. Mm-mm. It wasn't until that came out. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's a huge 8th grade education.
Yeah.
How did you get? I know we have a ton of questions from other people.
Yeah.
But how did you get from?
I have no clue. Just fake it until you make it, and that's what I talk about in my book. Like it's the best advice I can give to anyone.
I mean, that you grew up in California?
Yeah. No, I grew up in Texas.
And then came. When did you move to LA?
Probably like 7 years ago.
Wow.
I know. It's crazy.
You've done a lot.
I know. It's crazy.
In a little bit of time.
I know.
And look at your hair.
I know. We're trying. We're moving quick today, guys.
And the nails. Those are my favorite
the
nail
yellow
color.
matches your eyeshadow. I love that.
I had a pair exactly like this once when I was managing restaurants a few years ago. And then one day I looked down and I was missing one. And so I was so paranoid of what was happening that I popped each one off.
Yeah, I know. If I'm missing one, they all just have to go. That's how I feel.
And if it turned up, I was going to be like,
I know.
I have no fucking idea.
I know.
All right, we have some questions from people.
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I don't know if I'm just looking at the camera or look at you.
I think they want to see your face, but
I
you
wanna
can
see them
glance
too.
me, you know? Okay. Hannah from New York said, what inspired you to write this book now?
What inspired me to write the book now actually wasn't now. It had been years in the making. It was after I think season 1 of Selling Sunset came out.
Wow.
And the number one question I was getting is hot, so hot. God.
Guys, we're in New York.
We're sweating
and
and it's hot. But it came from the DMs that I was receiving. The messages were asking, like people were saying, how can I be more confident? And I was like, it was something I never really thought about. I didn't think, and I was like, well, I do have an interesting backstory. So that's kind of where the idea for the book came from.
Yeah, I mean, that's faking. I always say fake it till you make it is how I've gotten.
Totally.
Because I feel it. If you look at just my Instagram, I'm a very confident person. But in real life, it's like, it's not always real.
Yeah.
But to hear that you've faked, like, it's very inspiring. And who knows what's next for both of us. But Maggie from Connecticut wants to know, what is the biggest takeaway you want your readers to gain?
I think the biggest takeaway I want readers to gain is definitely everything about confidence, but also setting boundaries, like learning when to say yes to things and learning when to say no to things. I think that's so important because like everyone can say yes and we want to make people happy, of course, but sometimes it's okay to be yourself and set boundaries.
Yeah, 100%. I'm trying to learn that as I get into my 30s, that like I don't want to keep doing things that I don't want to do.
I feel you, and you shouldn't have to, because time is the most valuable thing that you have. That's all we have.
Yeah, and if you even look back at the things you don't want to do, and I'm like, well, I did it because I thought it would lead to X, Y, Z, and most of the time, the things you don't want to do don't actually
It's true.
lead to it.
It's true.
Jackie Ray from Maryland says, how did you start out in real estate?
I started out in real estate through friends. I was actually doing acting for years, and like I knew everyone. I had heard of the Oppenheim Group, and I was like, okay, this looks really cool. This looks flashy, and so it was like a group of mutual friends, and everyone just kind of started becoming realtors, and I was like, this seems like a really fabulous life.
Yeah. Were the friends from this group jealous and mad when you got on TV?
So when we did the show, there was certain people that wanted to be on camera and certain people that didn't want to be on camera.
I
So
can't imagine.
when you see the girls in our office, it's like, no, there's a lot more people that work there.
Yeah.
They just chose, that they didn't want to be on the show. So, and then later they were like, well, maybe I do. Maybe I do want to be on the show.
Well, that's when people were like, they're not real realtors. It's the only 6 people. I'm like, it's a huge.
Yeah, there's more people that you never see.
Yeah. And yeah.
Because they want to be private, and that's okay.
I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But I get wanting to be private.
Yeah.
If you're going to work anyway.
Might as well. I know. I get
also,
it.
speaking of acting.
Yeah.
I saw you in a movie from many years ago.
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss of time. I don't know.
Where you were killed in the first. You were like.
Yes. I got eaten by a shark.
And you really slayed, because I was like,
Thank
is
you.
that Christine? This was probably like after season 1.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I think that's Christine
It
Quinn.
was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was, I watched the movie twice.
Yes. I got eaten by a shark. It was so fun.
I can't remember what it was called, but it had something
Shark
with
Night 3D.
Shark Night
Yes.
3D, which sounds like a bad title, but it's actually a pretty good movie with
It
Catherine
wasn't 3D,
McPhee.
and back then 3D was a really big deal. Okay.
What I saw it like,
Back then.
and it actually, because obviously a movie called Shark Night, you would think isn't gonna be as entertaining as it is. But Catherine McPhee's in it. The lead guy is Ted from Schitt's Creek.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
It's
I'm
a good
telling
movie.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, Tyler from Florida wants to know. This is pretty broad.
Uh-huh.
How is it filming Selling Sunset?
How much time do we have?
Have you seen the show?
No. I think the important thing to know is we film for hours and hours and hours at a time. Like we film even if we're just having like lunch or coffee, we'll film for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So, and then
crazy.
on the show, you'll see a really small portion of that, and not necessarily really what happened in real life sometimes.
Yeah. That's what I've talked to housewives friends who say that like at the big group dinners where they always have fights that it's because they tell them like we're not leaving here until something happens.
That has definitely happened. Yes.
So that's why Denise Richards can't keep running away from the table.
I get it. I do.
What Cole from Tennessee wants to know what your favorite memory from filming Selling Sunset is.
Meeting you.
Oh
no, honestly, but meeting all the wonderful women that I work with, it's true.
Yeah, and I mean a lot of things I would assume.
Yeah, of course.
Josie from Texas asked what your favorite part of motherhood is.
My favorite part of motherhood is just seeing my baby grow and just have all these attributes that are some of me and some of my husband. It's such a funny thing.
How old is he now?
He's 1. He just turned 1.
Oh, my nephew's 14 months, and he's like at the age now where he is like doing whatever he sees. And he's at the grabby phase where he'll just take everything and just off the table. He'll take like he has a toy
after
screwdriver that he like pretends to fix everything with.
That's so cute, yeah.
But it's a fun age.
That's cute.
I talk like I'm a mom. Imagine. Like that's a fun age. Austin from California wants to know what your ideal day looks like.
Really chaotic, like today. I usually don't run late, which is really chaotic in a good way though, the best way possible. Like I wake up, give my baby breakfast, have a nap, put him down for a nap, play with him, emails, see the emails.
My boyfriend's obsessed with me. He won't stop. I don't know how we got your number, but
but no, I'm working a lot like remote, these days. Everyone works from home, so it's so nice. I'd love to be able to work from home.
If I had to go back into an office full time.
No, I can't. I can't.
No,
I don't. That is one thing I do not miss.
No, not at all.
Not
at all.
I know.
Like, people are like, well, it's bittersweet. I'm like, no, I don't feel any way about it.
And then having to get like ready to go into an office, I'm just like,
no.
The activation energy. I'm like,
I've worn jeans 3 times in the past 2.5 years.
I totally get it.
Okay, Shannon from Louisiana or LA, maybe. We're going with either or.
I think it's
maybe
LA.
She's from Louisiana.
LA or Louisiana.
LA. Biggest pinch me moment of your career. That's a good question.
Honestly, just my book, because this had been like years and years in the making.
Yeah.
And I would say it took so long to do. Now that it's finally out, like I would say this.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, Laura from Minnesota. Did you ever dream you would become the successful sensation you are today? There's like 3 parts to this question, so
Yeah.
I'll let you do that one first. Because she wants to know what the key, if there is a key, what is the key to success? And what business advice would you give to someone? Laura,
Okay, so
are you
let's see.
applying for a job?
Did I ever? Okay, so first of all, it's a 2-part question. Did I ever believe I would be successful? Yeah, I think so. I never knew what I was going to do, but I always knew that I wanted to do something great and I wanted to make an impact on people's lives. I always knew that. I didn't know what it was though. Did I think I was going to be a realtor? Like, no, I wouldn't have thought that in a million years.
Yeah.
But
Also, a realtor so rarely looks like what you're.
yeah, I never thought of it. When I think of realtors, I think of like bench hats with like the blazers, you know?
Yeah, I think of like spiky blonde.
Yeah,
Like.
that's what I think of, like frosted tips.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like in the burbs.
Yeah, that's what I think of. So I never thought I was going to be where I am, but in terms of my job. But the best advice I would give to someone is make your own opportunities. I think people just wait for things to happen and fall and calls to be made. But you have to be the one who's like making the calls, who's out doing those things, who's creating your own opportunities. And I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, totally. I feel like when I was in like high school, I would read about every like celebrity I looked up to's career trajectory.
Yeah.
And was trying to like model things off of that.
Yeah.
And then I realized that they're all completely different.
Yeah,
so like
it's true.
everything, no one has the same journey.
I wish there was a formula, but the only form that I could say is just think outside of the box, and
Totally.
you have to be the one who makes the calls. No one's gonna call you.
Because even if you take like all
you gotta make the calls.
the Selling Sunset girls, everyone has a completely different way of how they got there.
Yeah, everyone has a different trajectory for sure.
Okay. Robin from Indiana. Oh, your favorite thing to do with family and friends?
Eat food and
Amen.
just relax and watch TV.
What is your favorite food? If you
Italian.
could have one food.
Gnocchi, pasta, or that's so hard. Just like pasta.
My follow-up
Pasta
question.
and soda.
The day when you were Italian or Mr. Chow's, which one did you end up having? Oh my God, Ryan, enough.
It ended
He's
up
upset.
probably being Italian.
Good for you. That was iconic. It was even more iconic when
I
you
was
were like,
like,
I was not
so-
on the phone.
I
was sending a voice.
I was so bored in that office meeting, and all I was concerned about was what I was going to eat for dinner. I was just like, this is so
And then I was
boring.
like, Mr. Chow's sounds
Like,
good.
no one cares about your fake ass listings.
Yeah.
Yes, I said that. No one cares about your fake ass listings. I need some Italian.
I
okay?
need my real ass Mr. Chow's.
I need my real ass food, okay?
What? TJ from Texas. This is a big question.
Oh, I love Texas.
What's next for you? Real estate agent, actress, author. What's next?
I would just say CEO in general, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
love being on television, and I love doing real estate. So all of that, because I started my own company. So all of it, really.
I'm hearing a spinoff.
I would love that. I would love that.
That would be like a nice like day in the life. of
Yeah,
Christine.
like kind of like, keeping up
yeah,
style. I
keeping
don't
up
know.
with Christine,
Something like that.
but with a more.
But my work too, but the fashion and the fun stuff that I do as well.
Listen, the Kardashians started with Chris.
Yeah, they're amazing.
So,
they're amazing.
You could be the head of this
Oh
entire.
my God, I would love that.
Who knows what's to come? When Kris Jenner was your age, her husband was defending OJ.
Oh, that's
so-
right. Good to know. There's hope for me still. There's hope for me. I can get there.
Okay, Ro from North Las Vegas. Very specific.
Mhm.
Who of the other ladies at the I almost pronounced it wrong. At the Oppenheim group, do you admire the most, and why?
I mean, there's a lot of them. I can't pick one specifically, but I would say Maya's incredible. Chelsea's amazing. Vanessa's such a beautiful soul. I mean, all
Maya.
those
When I met
girls.
Maya, I was surprised by how hilarious that she was.
She's funny.
She was so funny the day that I met her, and yeah, I really liked.
She's so funny. She's so funny, and she's even funnier off camera.
See, and that when I met her.
Well,
at
she
the
on
day,
camera. She's very doesn't want to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
things, but
She was
off
like-
camera, she's amazing.
and she was like reading people to filth in a way that I wasn't even
I
realizing
love her.
it, and then I would respond, and she
Yeah.
would be like, "That is a joke." that
Yeah.
I'm saying."
Yeah. It's so funny with her accent. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if you're joking or
I
not.
know.
I can't tell.
I worked with Israelis for many, many years, and so I was like, "I'll get Maya. Like, it'll be fine. It'll
Yeah.
be like the same sense of humor."
Yeah.
But she's top notch.
I love her.
Okay, this is a little game called 22 Questions in 2 minutes.
Okay. Let's do it.
We'll do our best to get
Let's
through.
do it.
Where were you born?
Dallas. Well, not really. No, sorry, that's not true. Well, it's a small town. No one's ever heard of it, but yeah, South Lake.
I feel like a lot of famous people are from small towns in Texas.
Yeah, like no one's heard of it. That's why I say Dallas.
Casey Musgraves, do you know who
Of course.
She was born in Golden, Texas, and
Yeah,
her
no, I haven't
album
heard
is
of
like
that.
called Golden Hour, and everyone
I'm from Texas, and I don't even
was
know
like,
Golden, Texas.
I think it's just like a tiny little town,
I
but
know
everyone
Golden
was like
Showers,
Golden Hour.
but I
It's
don't
about.
know Golden, Texas.
Well, I went to her concert, and because that song she wrote about her ex-husband, when I went to her concert at Madison Square Garden, she changed hour to showers.
Interesting.
I think just as a way to be like, I fucking hate that I have to keep singing about my ex-husband.
Okay, got it.
But
Okay,
it was clever.
Interesting.
Who would you want to play you in a movie? Oh.
That's so good. Scarlett Johansson.
Oh.
Yeah, I think she's fabulous.
That's good.
Yeah.
What was your first job?
My first job was either Walmart or a sushi restaurant. I don't know which order. Or Taco Bell.
Hell yeah.
I think Taco Bell was first.
I worked at a grocery store and a
Yeah,
liquor
I did
store.
work at a grocery store too.
And I who would have thought?
I had a lot of jobs. I did.
See, this is so exciting
I
for
had a
you.
lot of
Nobody,
jobs.
I feel like this is going to be very surprising
I
information.
had a lot of jobs.
This book is going to do very well.
Yeah.
What chore do you hate doing? Do you do chores?
Yeah, I don't like laundry, that's for sure. Like laundry and dishes.
Dishes are the
Ugh, dishes.
Yeah. What's your biggest fear? What a changing question. What chores do you hate the most? What is your biggest
Doing dishes.
fear?
No, I'm just joking. Not doing dishes. I would say heights, but I went to the top of the Empire State Building the other day, and it was, I don't know, it was conquered.
Amazing.
conquered.
Look at you, conquering
It was
things
I
left and
felt
right.
like nothing.
Who makes you laugh the most?
You.
Oh my God.
You.
Thank you.
Hands down you. You're hilarious.
What is the one thing you need to have in your fridge at all times?
Dr. Pepper.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't had Dr. Pepper in like 20 years.
See, I grew up in Texas, so Dr. Pepper is the Coke of the South. So that's like what we had. It was, Pepsi wasn't a thing. It was Dr. Pepper and Sprite.
I'm from upstate, and they have like Mr. Pibb.
And that's the same thing, kind
Which
of.
I
Different
guess.
company, but yeah.
But
Yeah. It's delicious.
What a
It's
world.
always in my fridge.
These questions are
They're good.
very interesting. What was your favorite school subject?
Definitely theater.
Amen.
Yeah.
The theater kids in high school rejected me. So
Me
that's a
too.
sore
I wasn't
subject.
I wasn't popular because they were like, you don't belong here.
Because you shine too bright. That's what I'm convinced was my problem.
I think maybe that's what it was, because even they were like,
Can I
can't
tell you
sit
the
with
other
us.
day
I was
that-
like, what?
There was a girl who was so good when I was in high school, and she like got into this really good school, and it was a whole thing. And she like came into my mind the other day, and I looked her up just to see if I was doing better than her.
Well, obviously,
And I am.
And I am.
She's not performing anymore. We'll say that. Who is the most interesting person you've met recently?
Recently, who have I met recently? Most interesting person I met recently.
That's a hard question.
That's a hard question. That's
Are you
such
like
a
you're
hard
not
question.
meeting like royals and dignitaries?
No, I wish
right
I
now?
was. I'm not meeting like presidents of countries, but I would say no. Just the fans that came out to my book signing. They were just like, everyone was so great and so sweet. They brought people brought gifts and wrote letters
Oh
and
my
like
God.
amazing things. I was looking at them last night, and so I would say they were the most interesting.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
nice. And better than meeting the Queen. Who I
Yeah.
feel like the conversation would probably be lacking. What is your middle name?
Elizabeth.
Very good. What is mine's William. Very common, but we're here.
Like royalty though.
I do feel like Christopher
Yeah.
William Burns
It's
sounds
very giving me range
right?
of five.
Thank you.
Very much, yeah.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is warm water.
Like in general or to
Mhm.
drink?
To drink. I can't do it if it's warm.
Do you shower in like a scalding
Mm.
hot?
My showers I'm like ambivalent on, but if I'm drinking
Really?
water, yeah. If I'm drinking water, it has to be like cold, or I'll just dehydrate.
See, I'm like a room temperature drinking water.
I don't get that.
And I need the shower. I need to look like I have to go to the hospital after a shower. It's like the paint's peeling off the walls in my bathroom, and I moved in 3 days ago. You saw my shitty apartment from before.
It was not shitty, okay? You just maybe didn't have an oven, okay?
Yeah, I didn't. I have an oven now. Thank you.
It was not shitty.
Thank you.
Okay.
What's your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby?
Building train cars.
I would say yoga and horseback riding.
Ooh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those are good ones.
Yeah.
What is your guilty pleasure?
Well, it's not guilty, but reality TV.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like,
no.
I love reality
That's,
TV.
I'm like, I don't feel, my actual guilty pleasures, I would never say.
But like my
on a
actual
live
guilty
stream.
pleasure is just like, lots of chocolate cake and shit like that. But
Amen. Mix it.
Yeah.
Chocolate cake and
yeah,
reality TV.
for sure. I
Do you-
did that.
Do you have any hidden talents?
Hidden talents. I think I'm a really good singer. People don't know about that.
Maybe like a Masked Singer situation.
I'm a pretty good singer. I'm not gonna lie.
Because it's always people
No one
that
knows.
like, and no one would know it's you, and then you would
Mhm.
win the Masked Singer. Which I've
Okay,
only
we're
seen like
putting this into the
YouTube
universe
clips,
for me.
but
Yeah.
that you're like big for Masked
I would
Singer.
love that.
What color is your toothbrush?
I have two. Well, maybe three. I always have one in my backpack, one in my roller, and then one in my house. So
And they're all diamond.
they're the Phillips Diamond. They are. They're the Phillips Diamond. They are just by.
Listen.
I got them on Amazon though. I have white, I have a yellow, and I have a black.
Also, I recently bought like a decent toothbrush, and I was like, this is so much for a toothbrush, but then I guess you put it in your mouth every
You
day.
don't need anything like it's not that fancy because the one that I have is like it's cheap and it vibrates. It's not.
Yeah. No, me too.
No,
though.
but you
I
don't
can't
need
use
anything
like a non-electric
Yeah,
toothbrush.
but then there's also like the really fancy ones that are like $200. I don't have one of those. Mine's like the simple one.
Yeah. I gotta get a diamond one. What is your pet's name? Do you have pets?
Yeah, I have two. I have TJ,
Okay.
Who's
What's
Teddy
that short
Jr.?
for? Teddy Jr.
Teddy Jr., and then Teddy, who is my older Yorkie,
I
is
love
Teddy
that.
Kruger. Yeah,
I love that they're
so
both
Teddy
named
Kruger and
Teddy.
TJ.
I love human
Yeah.
names for
Mhm.
dogs.
I do too.
What is your favorite word?
My favorite word,
That's
bitch.
bitch.
Honestly, just like bitch, boss.
How to be a boss bitch.
Like those are my favorite words, I think.
I mean,
but
they're
it's
good
like
words.
it's just like yes, bitch. It's like a good
I say
thing,
bitch.
you know?
I accidentally said it to my mom the last time I was home. Like literally, I was like,
That's what I'm saying. It's
bitch.
not a bad
And
word.
my mom was like, you have to stop using that as a term of endearment. What is the last album you bought or streamed?
I don't even know how to buy an album,
I don't either.
but like listen.
Who's
to
buying
music.
albums?
I don't know how to buy an album.
Like CDs?
I would say the last music I listened to, Ariana Grande.
Always good.
Yeah.
Always good.
Yeah.
What is what's she watching Sunset too? She's really
She was my funny talent story.
girl.
I love her.
What is the gift that you gave?
Her.
And it was a gift, honey.
I'm just joking. No. What was the last gift that I gave? I'm all about like acts of service for people.
Yeah.
So I love to like do things for them. Like, whether it's like, let me get you food, let me get you
Yeah.
this, let me get you this. So it's like always stuff like that. I would
That's
say
a
just
better
like
gift.
stuff like that.
I always prefer something.
Yeah, like gifts of service, really. Acts of love,
If someone gives me a gift card, I'm like,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Are you my boss? Okay, what cause is dear to your heart? And then after this, we only have two more.
What causes dear to my heart? I would say just people in general, just everyone.
Yeah.
Just like supporting everyone and also
Yeah, just being like nice. in the
yeah,
world.
just an ally of everyone,
What's your greatest achievement?
My greatest achievement is my book.
Yeah, you wrote a
and
whole
my,
ass
I mean,
book.
like my baby and my book. Those are my two babies. You
Yeah.
know?
I mean,
I would think so.
in the print, did you cry when you opened it? For the
I
first time?
definitely, yeah, I've been crying a lot. It's crazy.
I would,
It's
and the
real.
picture on it, iconic.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Okay, last question. Where do you want to go that you've never been?
That I've never been is a hard one to answer.
Or also, my question: what's your favorite place to go?
I heard Morocco's beautiful, and I've never been.
Oh, very interesting.
I heard it's beautiful.
What My friend's from Morocco and is like his dad's building a house and it has neon lights all over the place.
That's what I'm saying. I
And
heard
I
it's
think
like
that's
really
the vibe.
fabulous. I heard it's like really fabulous.
Because he sent it and I was like, is this a gay club?
I know, like
But
Studio 54 vibes.
Literally,
That's
and it's
what it
like
looks
his like 70-year-old Moroccan dad.
I know, unless I'm being like catfish on Instagram, but it looks fabulous. To
It
me.
does. Where's your favorite place that you go on the reg?
Maldives.
Amazing. Okay,
Maldives,
last
for
question.
Sure.
Should we open up
Yeah,
this
let's do it.
champagne?
Let's do it.
Okay, guys.
By the way, I'm in like sweats.
But you
You
look
look
amazing.
way better than I, but I was just running late.
I don't look that much better. This is from
You.
Fashion Nova, okay? It's a wear once, as we like to say. I think, silently open a bottle of champagne.
I'm so good at that.
What
But
we
I
say.
bet you got it. Oh my god, you did!
Thank
Did you
you.
hear my stomach growling? I was like ready for that.
I feel you're hungry for lunch.
I am.
Here it comes.
Yes.
Okay, and how are you feeling? You're doing Watch What Happens Live.
Woo! I'm so excited.
Are you nervous? Have you done it before?
No, never.
Oh, you're gonna
I
love
feel
it.
like my whole life is Watch What Happens Live. Though I'm just like Watch What Happens Live. Watch what happens in
Yeah.
this. So my whole life is that.
It's amazing.
It's
Okay,
gonna be
cheers to you and cheers to how to be a boss bitch. Make sure you guys get your signed copies at premiercollectibles.com/Quinn.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Honestly, thank you everyone so much for joining. This was so fun. Chris, you slayed.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
you.
Thank
I love
you.
you.
Bye, guys.
Hey, this is John Acuff, New York Times best-selling author of 7 books and someone who's done a live signing. If you like the one you just watched, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. It's full of amazing authors having great conversations and signing books for viewers just like you. So make sure you subscribe and